Felix Baumgartner wanted to be the first human to step outside of an aircraft and intentionally break the sound barrier. But right at the capsule door, there was an immediate physical hurdle. The heavy, pressurized flight suit he wore essentially doubled his normal body weight, making a perfectly clean exit incredibly difficult. Once in the stratosphere, the environment offers almost zero air resistance. If a skydiver starts to over-rotate during a normal jump, they use the rushing air to catch themselves and slow down. Here, there are absolutely no air particles to push against. Stepping off that ledge meant leaving earthly physics behind entirely. Standard safety maneuvers vanished the moment he let go. Prior to the jump, the scientific community was completely divided on what would happen to human anatomy at Mach 1. Half the researchers predicted that nothing is going to happen, while the other half warned he would spin like crazy. Because this was an entirely unmapped frontier of fluid dynamics, there was zero established protocol. There was no one in the world who could talk him through a crisis if a spin actually occurred. He was entirely isolated, acting as a human test subject to settle a theoretical physics debate while the whole world watched. For the first 25 seconds of the freefall, everything appeared perfectly under control, seemingly proving the nothing will happen camp right. At 34 seconds, the line crosses the threshold. Felix broke the speed of sound. But without air, physics shifted. A slow spin began, stopped briefly, then violently snapped back into the opposite direction, trapping him in a 600-mile-per-hour flat spin. Felix was now locked in a desperate, unscripted fight for survival. This illustrates the horrifying reality of a 600-mile-per-hour flat spin. Immense centrifugal force aggressively pushes blood away from the body's center, rushing straight to the skull. There is only one exit route, out through the eyeballs. If that happens, you die. Felix was equipped with a specific failsafe told a whis sensor attached to his hand. It was designed to automatically fire a drogue parachute and pull him out of the spin if it detected fatal G-forces. But if that automated drogue deployed prematurely in the chaotic high-speed spin, it could fatally tangle his parachute lines. Instead of letting the machine take over, Felix executed a counterintuitive biomechanical hack. He pulled his arms tightly inward to manipulate his rotational physics. By pulling his arms in, he reduced the specific G-force reading at his extremities. This effectively tricked the sensor into registering a controlled state, halting the auto-deployment. He survived the deadliest spin in science by using his own biomechanics to actively suppress his advanced safety gear. As he descended, the lethal vacuum of the stratosphere gave way to the lower atmosphere. The pitch-black background washed away into a vibrant blue sky. The physical evidence of returning air resistance became visible immediately. The heavy, depressurizing spacesuit finally began to flap and drag against the rushing wind. He spotted smoke flares dropped below to gauge the wind direction and stabilized his final approach. For the first time in hours, he was breathing regular oxygen. By crossing the sound barrier in freefall, Felix successfully gathered entirely new data on human survival in unmapped stratospheric fluid dynamics. When operating at the absolute edge of human capability, survival requires a highly calculated dance between automated safety technology and sheer human composure.